I'd like to share with you what's now new on Canva and what's trending. So you sign into your Canva account, or if you're new to Canva, you open an account. With Canva, they have a free section and a pro section. So this is what's trending. So I'll click on the arrow right here, and then I'll click. And this is the DID AI presenters. Instantly add a talking ed video to your designs. So you click there, and this is what comes up. This is one of the DI presenters. But before you go ahead and decide to use this, I'd like for you to read the terms and conditions before doing so you know exactly what it is you're getting into. Say DID products terms of use. Please read the following carefully before using the add-in. By logging in using the API key or the AI presenters from DID collectively, the software or the applicable product, you expressly acknowledge and agree that you are entering into a legal agreement with DID. You hereby waive any applicable rights to require an original non-electronic signature or delivery or retention or non-electronic records to the extent not prohibited under applicable law. If you do not agree to be bound by this agreement, please do not use this software. And it tells you here the background, ability to accept software license subject to the terms and conditions of this agreement. We hereby grant you a limited personal revocable, non-exclusive, non-sublicensable, non-assignable, non-transferable license, access and use the software in accordance with this agreement. The specific license rights which we are granting you depend on the user category you belong to as follows. And it tells you down here, it says software license. I just read that. If you register an account as defined below to use the software using the free plan, you will be considered a guest user and will be able to use the software for a period of 2 weeks with limited features for non-commercial use only. Animations will include watermarks as further described below in section 4.2. That's down here. Significant and other marks. All animations contain a significant mark in order to clarify that the animations are edited and to avoid any misleading of the public with regard to the animation synthetic nature. We reserve the right to change the synthetic mark at our sole discretion, and at any time, animations created for guest users will contain additional watermarks. You shall not and shall not permit any third party to remove, hide, or minimize the synthetic mark and or any watermark without obtaining DID's prior written approval. If you wish to remove the same, please contact us at, and that's their email address, replacement of the DID logo with the alternative watermark to be used for the same purpose may be suggested by enterprise customers by contacting us at that and shall be subject to DID's prior written approval. And these are their terms, and you continue to read and you'll see there's a part here that says after the first 2 weeks, if you're using the free section, you're only allowed to use it for 2 weeks. Let me see where it's written, somewhere right here. It's somewhere here. It's, yeah, right here. If you register an account as defined below to use the software using the free plan, you will be considered a guest user and will be able to use the software for a period of 2 weeks with limited features for the non-commercial use only. If you register an account on the software for payment, you will be considered a paying user subject to a subscription payment in accordance with the DID price list, which is available in the software and may be amended by DID from time to time. You will be able to use the software as set forth in the price list with respect to your selected subscription plan. Animations produced for paying users will not have watermarks. So if you want to use the animation without watermarks, then you'll have to be a paying user. I'm not sure how much it is to use it, because I've not used it before, but I've seen where videos are on YouTube, telling us that Canva now has a new feature, which is very good. Canva is updating and doing a lot of changes, which is good for us, to make better videos and books and whatever we use Canva for. But please read terms and conditions before you agree to anything, so you know exactly what it is you're getting into, so you will not be surprised by any legal matters. Ownership: the software is licensed and not sold to you under this agreement, and you acknowledge that the DID and its licensors retain all title, ownership rights, and intellectual property rights defined below in and to the software and its related software. Reserve all rights not expressly granted herein to the software. Intellectual property rights means any and all rights in to any and all trade secrets, patents, copyrights, service marks, trademarks, know-how, or similar intellectual property rights, as well as and all moral rights of privacy, publicity, and similar rights of any type under the law or regulation of any governmental, regulatory, or judicial authority, whether foreign or domestic. The content of the software, including without limitation, the text, information, documents, description, product, software, graphics, photos, sounds, videos, templates, and interactive features such and services, the materials, the user submission as defined below, and animations, and the trademark, service marks, and logos contained therein. Marks, and together with the materials and user submission, the content is the property of DID and or its license and may be protected by applicable copyright or other intellectual property laws and treaties. The applicable product name and logo, including the synthetic mark and or watermarks, are marks of DID and its affiliates. All other marks used on the software are the trademark, services marks, or logos of their respective owners. Use of content: the content of the software is provided to you as is and may not be used, copied, distributed, transmitted, broadcast, displayed, sold, licensed, decompiled, or otherwise exploited for any other purposes whatsoever without our prior written consent and or unless otherwise provided therein. You must retain all copyright and other proprietary notices contained on the content prior to making any use of such content. And you will not be charged for any use of the software unless you first agree to such charges. But please be aware that any failure to pay applicable charges may result in you not having access to some of or all of the software. And you can go further down to read and see everything, information, description. We attempt to be as accurate as possible. However, we cannot and do not warrant the content and or animation available on the software is accurate, complete, reliable, correct, current, or error-free. We reserve the right to make changes in or to the content and or at any part thereof without the requirement of giving you any notice prior to or after making such changes to the content and or any animation. So be careful, read through these terms and conditions very carefully before you go ahead and agree to use. And it's also saying that if you want to unsubscribe, you'll have to do so 15 days before your next subscription fee will be paid. And you'll read further on and you'll find everything out. Misrepresentations, please note that under section that Copyright Act, any person who knowingly materially misrepresents the material or activity is infringing or was removed or disabled by mistake or misidentification may be subject to liability. So read carefully before you go ahead and start using it. It's good that they have this feature now. It takes the pressure off. You can have your script and have someone else read it for you and put your video out or your content out, whatever your platform is. But be careful of the terms and conditions so you know exactly what it is you're getting into. I hope this was helpful, and thank you all for watching.